Hello Commander players, this is Jumbo Commander, and today I want to have a Commander conversation. On the topic of infinite combos. Infinite combos are the big boogeyman of Commander, and a lot of people love them and a lot of people despise them. Well, let's figure out what's going on with infinite combos in Commander and how you should react to them in your playgroup. Let's talk about a few of the culprits, one of which being Animar, which can get infinite mana and get infinitely big so easily with cards like Ancestral Statue, Cloudstone Curio, Palinchron. I mean, he makes a very oppressive deck, and he's got protection from white and black, just hoses certain strategies. He's definitely one of the big culprits in my meta. Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker is very powerful. He's very fun too, but with a single card like Zealous Conscripts or Restoration Angel or Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch, all of these will just make infinite copies and kill everyone in a single horrible, deadly attack phase. Machias the Unhallowed is such a cool zombie cleric. I love the art. I love giving my creatures Undying unless it's Triskelion, because then it uses that Undying +1/+1 counter with all its other counters to kill everyone and everything. And this is Niv Mizzet, a very cool legendary dragon wizard that has awesome abilities of drawing cards and dealing damage. It's such a great dragon, but with Curiosity or Ophidian Eye, it just draws you all the cards and deals all of the damage. It's a pretty powerful commander and a pretty powerful combo piece. Now, when I say infinite combos, really, the field is so broad. There are so many infinite combos in Commander because we have such a crazy card pool. The reason why I listed out some culprits is because that's what I think everyone has in their mindset. This ability to have a commander in your command zone and then have that combo with a single other card that can be in your deck. So it's like you're one card away from winning the game. And to a lot of people, that doesn't feel right. So I also want to point out that lumping all infinite combos together in one single group isn't really fair to infinite combos. Some of them require a crazy clockwork of 5 or 6 cards interacting together to finally win the game. I mean, that sounds great. While others simply, boom, win the game on the spot with a single card. So I feel like there's such a variety of infinite combos that it's hard to take a stance on them all together. But I have a mindset to deal with infinite combos and to explain what their purpose is in Commander. Let's take a closer look. The first thing I have to ask you is, why do you play Commander? And seems like a pretty simple question, but when it comes down to it, it might be a little bit difficult for people to answer. Well, I think there's a very simple answer to this question, which is just having fun. That's why we play games. And one thing we have to realize is that in a game, part of having fun is winning. And that doesn't make you some jerk competitive spike player to want to win. But people that are so focused on winning, they need to step back from the game and realize that you don't have to win to have fun. There are tons of Commander games that I've been nowhere near winning, but I've had tons and tons of fun. And I can't tell you how to have fun in a game of Commander. I have a friend who plays Divine Intervention, and his idea of fun is no one winning and a tie. But I can't tell him that that's not fun. Okay. But really, you have to ask yourself, what percent of your fun is contingent upon winning? That's sort of a little question for self-reflection. And one thing that's important is that how you win is critical to your fun in the game. Let's say, for example, you're playing against a new player and you destroy them. Well, that's not very fun. The same way playing a board game or video games or basketball against a small child is not fun when you win. Part of having fun is the way you win. Okay. Also, think about it the other way around. Let's say that you're a normal player and there's someone that's really, really serious. Well, that also detracts from fun of the game. I'm sure that you've played a pickup game of basketball and maybe there's that guy who's throwing elbows or taking the game a little bit too seriously, and it really messes with the game. And that's because different people can have different expectations. That guy who's going crazy on the basketball court might be like, no, this is the NBA. We're doing this. This is serious stuff. Just like on a Magic table where you're sitting down and you think it's fun, but the person across the table might be like, no, I'm getting ready to win. And it's these different expectations that can, well, make people have more or less fun. Let me propose another scenario for you. Have you ever been in a team scenario, or maybe there's someone else on the team and you're frustrated because, things aren't going so well and they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, I wasn't even thinking. And it frustrates you because that other person doesn't care as much as you do. And they're like, no, we're on the same team. Like, you need to give as much as I'm giving. And those different expectations are frustrating. And it's also frustrating when you're trying really hard and someone says, it's just a game, stop trying so hard. They, again, are having different expectations than you. You want to try as hard as you want to. And that's part of having fun. This is Hermit Druid, and this is a crazy combo deck that can be fun. Hermit Druid is usually 5 colors, and he goes crazy. He puts everything in your graveyard, you get some Narcomoebas back, you bring some stuff back. It's a crazy combo deck that's a clockwork, where everything works so well together, and it can be very fun to play and play against. There's sort of like a Cold War brewing as both sides are holding up disruption and counter spells, and it can be a really fun back and forth in a commander game. Atog can also be fun, where you drop Atogs after Atogs and then get your Atog up big enough so that you can one-shot your opponent. Okay, both of these, they sound fun to me. They both do. But playing them against each other sounds horrible. You play your Atog and then you finally play your Atog and you're like, yes, I'm going to be able to swing in for 7 damage next turn, and the Hermit Druid just wins. That shouldn't be fun for either one, and you have to ask yourself, why are these two decks playing against each other? Why is there the small kid in the NBA? Why did this situation happen? And really, we have to remind ourselves that really divine intervention is fun for no one. Don't be that guy. So the important part is that having fun is what we're going for in Commander. And when there is a discrepancy between player expectations, it lowers the fun level of your gaming experience. When I bring Atog to the battlefield and you have Hermit Druid combo, neither one of us really have fun. And so this is where infinite combos come in. When I have the ability to disrupt your infinite combo, it's a pretty fun game where I have to always be on my toes and look out for your combo, and maybe you have to look out for mine, and our decks are balanced and our play group can handle it. But when I'm over here, doing whatever, and then you suddenly win the game out of nowhere, and by the way, that's the key, out of nowhere. Okay? Then my expectations are blown. I'm like, well, I thought we were playing this game, and it turns out we're playing I win game? And then you feel not great. So a few conclusions about how to handle combos. You should have flexible decks. Try to have a deck that's a little bit lower powered and try to have a deck that's a little higher powered. Then you can kind of match your deck to the playgroup and really have a fun time. You should also have flexible expectations. If you're playing against people you don't normally play against, then you should expect a variety of play experiences. And it's okay to talk about it. In fact, that's the last point, is to have open lines of communication. Let people know what power level of decks you're playing so you can have a fun play experience. And if you play with the same people over and over again, have a conversation about combos and what the power level of your decks are. It's easy to have incorrect expectations when there's no communication. When you guys are talking, you know what to expect. And hopefully when everyone's on the same page, they're playing good games of Commander, whether you're going infinite with crazy combos, or whether you have a house rule not to play them. But remember, Commander is different for every person and different for every playgroup. And I'm not going to go out of my way and tell you how to have fun. Instead, I want to have a conversation how we can have a good game. This has been Jumbo Commander with a Commander conversation about infinite combos. And actually, so far, this has not been a conversation. This has been a lecture. I've just been talking this whole time. Really, what comes down to is your comments. That's what makes this a conversation. So please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment so that we can argue below. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you later.